How Bill Gates Spends His Billions. Microsoft founder Bill Gates is a man who wears many hats. He is the second richest man in the world, known as much for his philanthropy as for his worldly treasures. Bill Gates has changed the world with his technological innovations, creating the world's largest software business. So let's just see how he spends his $112 billion fortune. Number 10. Artwork, $80,000. Did you know Gates has a penchant for art that incorporates cutting-edge technology? A huge patron of futuristic digital art, Gates owns several sets of family portraits and recreations of famous paintings. Gates has his entire house set up with hundreds of computer screens just for the display of his art collection. There are computer screens that add up to $80,000 in almost every room. You'll be fascinated just watching these photos move and change at just the push of a button all over XANADU Mansion. Number 9. Porsche 959 Coupe, $225,000. Gates is the proud owner of several automobiles, but this 959 Coupe sure takes the cake. Purchased at a whopping $225,000, this classic beauty is inlaid with a variety of unique features. A head-turner from the 80s, the car has a twin-turbo engine that can go from 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. Number 8. Rancho Paseana, $18 million. Next on our list is Bill Gates' $18 million, 228-acre horse ranch in California called Rancho Paseana. The ranch faces the ocean and has its own veterinarian complex besides an orchard, a racetrack, a guest house, and of course, several barns. Number 7. Grand Bogue CAYE Island, $25 million. Mansions, artwork, cars, ranches. Is it any surprise that Gates owns an island too? Yes, the Grand Bogue CAYE Island in Belize is owned by Bill Gates. Talk of a personal tropical getaway complete with exotic forests, white sand, and the sea. This beautiful island is valued at $25 million. Number 6. HOMER'S Lost on the Grand Banks, $30 million. Among his art collection is the rare marine piece Lost on the Grand Banks, done by American painter Winslow Homer, which sits in XANADU Mansion among other enviable collector's items. This oil-on canvas was bought for a massive price of over $30 million. That makes the painting almost as expensive as his private jet. Don't worry, we'll get to that later in the video. Number 5. Leonardo da Vinci's Codex Leicester, $30.8 million. Gates is the proud owner of the Codex Leicester, priced at $30.8 million. This scientific manuscript collection is one of Gates' most expensive written possessions and was written by none other than Leonardo da Vinci himself in the Renaissance age. The subjects covered in this manuscript set include Leonardo da Vinci's work on astronomical theories, fossils, and plate tectonics. The writing is beautifully illustrated with several diagrams as well. Talk of one prodigy owning the work of another across the centuries. Number 4. Private jet, $40 million. Like most rich men across the globe, Bill Gates has his own private jet, a gorgeous $40 million Bombardier BD-700. Gates uses this jet often for business as well as for personal trips. The interiors of this 19-seater beauty reflect his personality. From food to entertainment, everything on board is distinctively Gates. Number 3. Private home library, $60 million. Yes, as a man who enjoys life to the fullest, Gates has not forgotten to nourish and pamper his intellect. Gates' house boasts an ever-expanding library full of vintage books and the latest titles. His library even has secret shelves. For a man who digitized the world, Gates sure knows the irreplaceable pleasures of reading a physical book. The library is 2,100 square feet, and not only does it house beautiful volumes of rare and expensive books, but it's also artfully done up with armchairs, statues, and even a fully equipped bar. And with Gates's Codex Leicester by Leonardo da Vinci, it's no wonder that the books in the library total about $60 million. Number 2. XANADU Mansion, $120 million. Gates lives in a mansion that would evoke envy from many of his peers. The opulent XANADU Mansion houses artificial streams, indoor and outdoor pools, underwater sound systems, and is done up in a manner that reflects Gates' personal tastes. The huge mansion with 7 bedrooms and 6 kitchens is worth over $120 million. Before we move on to number 1, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend. It really does help out the video and we appreciate it. Now, on to the most expensive thing Bill Gates spends his money on. Number 1. Philanthropy, $45 billion. Gates is known to have changed lives with his charitable work globally and has given away over $45 billion for causes that better the world. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has invested over $10 billion in charitable causes. Working for the eradication of poverty and disease, the Gateses have also given away several prizes and scholarships. Comment down below and let us know what your favorite thing on this list was. Make sure that you subscribe and click the bell. That way you're notified when we post a new video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.